Welcome to Time by the Tent YouTube channel. I'm Joey Baird.
I'm Holly Baird.
And this is commentary for our second episode of our second weekend on the property that we purchased in the Northwoods of Wisconsin in the summer of 2023. If you want to see the first episode commentary and non-commentary, those will be linked in the show notes below. And the original episode here will be linked in the show notes below. We got 40 acres in the Northwoods of Wisconsin. Holly, you didn't want to go up every weekend. So this is an off weekend that you weren't up there and I was up there. So
here you are going up the hill.
Yeah, we just cut the trail the week before, and it's summertime. It's July. It's not like, Florida hot, but it's hot for Wisconsin. And everything is exactly where we left it. We do have a security camera that was functioning, and we didn't expect there to be any problems, but we wanted to prepare. We had plenty of time to prepare for all the things in which we believed was going to be issues. We talked to other people who had bought property in the northern areas of Wisconsin and Minnesota. Yep, there's the wall tent. Yeah, that is a clean looking tent. Yeah, that week between the two, that week we had a lot of rain up there, and what I figured out was the water was coming through the stove jack because it wasn't sealed correctly on these Ozark wall tents that I didn't properly seal. This is a 10 by 12 Ozark wall tent, and we have now we do have that one, and we upgraded to a 10 by 20 and cut the back out of this one, so we have a 10 foot by 32 foot wall tent. Okay, the lighting's going to be bad, but...
So here you are showing the,
since I'm putting the tile
what's it called, the floor picked up or peeled back?
Yeah, we peeled the back of the floor because it was uneven. Last week when we were up there, I was on my knees and chiseled, removed the foliage and the limbs and the logs and everything in order to get somewhat of a flat surface just to get us in there for that night. And then I came back in here. The floor was very uneven, which you're dealing with just raw MFL land. It's wood, so it's not like a concrete pavement where it's level, and we still have ups and downs and ebbs and flows in our current.
For sure.
But we did incorporate, and I believe it is shown in here, those foam or the foam tiles. Yeah, here they are.
The foam tiles.
Which really takes takes some of the ups and downs out of it, and when it's really cold outside, that insulates the ground.
Yeah,
you can walk around in your socks and you wouldn't know you were in a tent and it was 5 degrees outside.
It does insulate quite a bit. I haven't been up there in 5 degrees, but I've been up in there in like 10, 20 degrees, and it does help make a difference.
And now we've added some carpeting on top of that in the addition to the second tent that it connects to the back of this tent. If you're new to our channel, we cut that back window out, and what is now is a very long barn-looking type of tent. Potentially next year.
Yeah. Bring in the, so you were airing out the tent and whatnot.
And I got to organize all this. We just threw everything in, and you saw the table earlier. Everything got thrown in there. And now I've got to try to conform some type of.
You brought more stuff.
Oh, I brought a whole nother car full.
Yeah.
For about the first 4 or 5 weeks, it was loaded. How much can we put in the car and take up there?
Oh, there's the stove.
That's the wood stove that we purchased at a yard sale for $75.
Yeah.
It is a heavy old sucker.
It is heavy. And then, so you brought some more furniture and kind of organized a bit. And then, I was going to say something.
And we got that air mattress.
Oh, yeah, I was going to talk about the air mattress. We still have the air mattress at this point. I think the next time is when we get the foam
2 or 3 weeks. The air mat. If you've ever slept on an air mattress, at least on this one, this was like a Coleman twin or queen or something like that. It's a horrible. Whenever I think about moving, the whole bed moves and you bounce around. It's just a horrible thing. It makes noise, and
I don't miss that.
No, but the foam tile there, and just like any type of permanent campsite, which is what this is. and we're developing it every time we go up there. We're off during the winter months. We've got the tent winterized with snow protection, and we've got plans on. I've got a list of things. Okay, here's what I want to do. Here's how I can improve access to this part of the property. Here's what I can modify on this side. Here's what I can add over here to make it more accessible, more enjoyable, more just fun.
Put another layer down of the
Yeah.
gray.
So,
make it an
so there's
instant.
just more. I think you're talking about
More of the up and
organizing
downs
and
out of it,
whatnot, and
utilize the tile that we
it's
have
kind
until
of
we
funny
decide
to me
go
seeing
lower.
this because again we have that second tent, and I can't believe we did. Well, it was basically half a
that would
season.
kind of
In this
July
second
through
tent.
you were up there. Well, July through November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
In a 10 by 12 tent, which we packed it like a little dorm room. It was
It
full.
was packed. Yes, it was packed.
That log woods
out here.
stove. Oh, you can see everything was dragged out because everything got wet. All the boxes that I had stuff in, got wet, and the floor got
And
wet
I think
because
the tent bag.
Closet
Where is the tent bag now?
it's in the storage
okay.
little Ozark dome tent.
Oh, there's the shelving.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff, and it's on the channel somewhere. How we built our permanent campsite for nearly free. Majority of our stuff that we have found over the last decade and put in the attic. Going, okay, we're coming home from work. That's too nice to be thrown. Let's put it in the car and just kind of stockpiled a warehouse of stuff in the attic, not knowing that this was the plan 12 years later, that we were going to get a piece of property and create a campsite. And at some point, the plan is that these tents will be disassembled and a permanent hard shell building will be brought in. But that's
Like a cabin.
like a cabin. If
Much longer ones.
that's years away, if everything works out the way we would like it to work out.
And that is for
We
paper
hope it does.
towels.
Yeah.
And aluminum foil. And I get that.
I do miss that window by my side of the bed.
Well, you got a window behind the bed, but if you buy these Ozark wall tents, fun fact, the 10 by 12, you can open the windows from the inside and do anything you want. The 10 by 20, all the windows are only opened and accessible to be opened on the outside and roll them up on the outside. So I don't understand that. Here's our our bathroom.
Yep, and then that's the part you're gonna mulch.
Yeah, I'm going to mulch, which I think that was a complete waste of mulch. But we had some free gift cards.
Right.
So
No, I think it worked until it kind of got stomped back into the soil. I think it worked well for that first season. I don't know.
well, we didn't pay anything. I think with all the gift cards, I think it actually expended like $1.09 for the remaining amount that we need. This is showing that we put that trail camera up that previous week, and that was the first deer that we have had on camera. Not sure. I'm sure we had it on other cameras throughout
What are you
the.
eating here? Corn and frog legs or something.
I think that's steak of some sort, but ears of corn, sweet corn. Over our developing campfire as we continue to find rocks. I think that's some kind of steak there. Sometimes we eat the best food at camp.
Seriously, I think it's because, especially, I mean, we both cook pretty well at home, but I have time to plan the meals, and then, basically, when we're up there, you're either in the woods or we're cooking, or I'm relaxing and reading or doing whatever. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but
Have our lanterns.
yeah, the lanterns.
My lanterns. Mm-hmm. Which we find them in the thrift store. We had a couple of them from a yard sale. I was gifted one, a very nice one. So we align the perimeter of the
next day.
campfire area
Yeah,
with it and illuminates it at night when we do go out
I'm going to do the second level.
in the tent or out in the campfire.
This has not changed where we just dump stuff on our little lawn when we get there. I mean, it's less stuff now, but we kind of we don't really, we kind of, put the cooler wherever. We'll put the cooler in the one spot, and then we kind of just leave stuff wherever it's not. It's our home away from home, I guess. Oh, I see you put the, what's it called? The beam there to...
Oh, to the support to shed the water off. That tent wanted to catch water awful bad in the corners.
Yeah.
And then we figured out, since we left tents up this year, we were able to winterize and support them in a permanent fashion with supports that were across the top of those rafter or beams. And then I got the metal shelves in there. I got those supported. For an Ozark wall tent with that very small diameter, I guess it's a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch metal frame, it does support quite a lot of weight.
Yeah, it does.
Had 3 inches plus 3.5 inches of snow during muzzleloader season, and that was about all those tents could handle. Was that 3.5 inches of snow? They were bowing a little bit more than I was wanting to see, but I was up there and was able to get the snow off.
So here's the your supports you got there, and then
and put in the
yeah.
area.
So you're doing that to get the water off.
Well, to keep the water off.
water off.
As we and with anything, if you've done any camping whatsoever, or any type of project, okay, here's how I think it's going to work. Modify. Oh, it's really working good. I can modify it a little bit better and make it better.
Right.
Top of it, just so it has less of a chance of.
Yeah. So there's that. You got some organization done. You got the ceiling fan on that we've never really used.
Well, I've used it a couple of times when it was really cold. All that heat, throw that heat back down. Works really well.
Something to hang stuff.
And that ceiling fan runs off just a battery pack, Jackery, or a power station, or a little phone power pack. And this is before we have the dinner table up in that corner.
Oh yeah, I guess you didn't bring that up.
Yeah, your college dorm dining set.
I guess that was
Didn't you have it?
I don't know where that came from.
It's all clean now. I got all the stuff picked up and somewhat back in the tent. That's the area where.
Chainsaw.
Yep, that is a good chainsaw.
Here's the tinfoil and the paper towel holder,
which I made, and you know I had parts from a portable little tiny greenhouse, and the greenhouse we didn't use it anymore. It kind of fell apart, so I was able to take certain framework and the plastic shelving liners and all this and create a 3 tower or 3-tier aluminum foil holder. You can do saran wrap. You can do 2 rolls of paper towel. It's
we need this in our home.
You need it in
our cat attacks the paper towel if he's yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this was handy. This is handy. The paper towel situation, whatever you want to call it, rack. I'm glad that you created that. It's very handy.
probably have enough parts in the attic to do another one, but I don't know that it would be where we would put it in the house. But that's not important at this point.
So here you are going somewhere. What is this? Oh, that's the camera. Yeah, that's the what's it called? The campfire. No, this is a camera in the woods. Okay, so here you are walking in the woods, and then there was, you showed a trail cam. I don't know if you were installing a trail cam.
I think I was moving it. I really don't, because we showed earlier that those deer that were on the camera, and I think I was wanting to modify it or move it to a different area. Oh, is that the?
That is not a deer manure. So, not necessarily looking for bears, but see what comes through this area on our trail cam.
There's the hawk. Okay, so there's the hawk. Here you are back at camp, doing some funny business.
I don't know what I'm explaining.
I'm talking about the
mulch, yeah.
Because I think that was like your final thing that time. When you flew the drone.
Yeah,
so maybe you're mulching here. Or you will mulch.
Oh, talk about where the roots are at and how that's just kind of the way it's going to be.
Easier walk to, we've got some roots there, and then another set of roots there, and then some.
There we go.
There's our little toilet. It's had its miles put on it, that's for sure.
And a mulching.
Good times with the mulch.
That's just bark mulch, which at this point probably would have been better just save the gift cards and bought garden seeds with them. I don't know why we thought that was going to be beneficial for some reason. But it's
you live and learn.
It's one of those things where you're okay. Here's I think would be a good idea. Nope, that wasn't a good idea. But it didn't hurt.
You mulched in the toilet tent. I don't remember that. Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't a good idea, but it didn't necessarily take away from or hurt anything in the long run.
It did help with some of the roots for a while, but because of just how earthy it is, I think it just decomposes.
How earthy it is.
It just decomposes really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all there is to it. So there you are. You're like, I put down some fine mulch here. That's my fine mulch job. And I forgot that.
Well, I needed 2 more bags.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Got 2 more bags.
So almost to the tent entrance. Not quite.
Nice pack. So it is a start, and that project is now done.
And we're up in the drone because we got the drone, so we might as well use it. We didn't use that nearly as much as I had wanted to this year. Also, sometimes when I was wanting to use it, it was far too windy.
Yeah, it was windy this year.
And I don't know how some of these YouTubers utilize their drones following the car or just whatever when it's super, super windy. Because if I get that thing up 20 to 30 feet and it's a 25 mile per plane, it'll give warnings. It's beeping, it's wanting to come down. It's hard to get any altitude on it when it has decent amount of wind. So early morning, late evening, it is best if there's going to be a windy day, and then it's also light sensitive. So you can get it up in the air, but you got to have flashlights over top of it while it's on the ground so it thinks it's daylight, and then once it starts taking off, then you're okay once you get it up in the air and it's dark. But unless you're like in the city or something to see street lights or ball stadiums, you're so in the rural area that there is no light to be seen. It's just dark.
Right. Yeah, so there's one of the bogs. And
this is one of the first times we have seen what it looks like aerial-wise on our property and adjacent properties, and just trying to get the feel for what is out there. Obviously, aerial shots on the realtor's page is not nearly as accurate as real-time flyover. Okay, that's the property line. Oh, I didn't know that was back there, or those trees there because if you look out on this, you'll see that in the fall there's several patches of aspen and maple, which I wanted to set up some tree stands in, and that helped identify that area. So kind of a simple building the campsite episode, doing more landscaping here, getting the trail. There was a big dip, so I took the big mound of soil that was next to the tent and filled in that big cavern, so it was level and has worked very well. And if you go and look at a recent video today or in the last 3 to 4 months, absolutely night and day difference, though the tent is still in the same spot camera, but you wouldn't really realize how much work has gone into clearing the land and leveling it by hand, because it was just all rutted up with a logging equipment 25 years ago. So we appreciate you tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this one as much as you enjoyed the last one. And for
Holly Baird,
I'm Joy Baird. This has been Time by the Tent, and we thank you very much for watching.